Hey everyone, welcome to Knowledge Bank 2.0, where we take mind-bending science and break it down into bite-sized, hilarious chunks. Today, we're tackling something so confusing, even Einstein scratched his head over it. Quantum physics. Yeah, you heard me right. Quantum physics is that one part of science where the universe just kind of goes, nah, let's make everything weird. So buckle up, get comfy, and maybe grab some popcorn, because we're diving into a world where cats are both dead and alive, particles teleport, and reality is like a Marvel multiverse on steroids. What is quantum physics? Alright, let's get the basics down first. So what is quantum physics? It's the branch of science that deals with the behavior of the tiniest things in the universe. Particles like electrons, protons, and photons. Think of quantum physics as the behind-the-scenes bloopers of the universe. Things don't follow normal rules like in everyday life. It's like the universe hired Michael Bay to direct, and now everything is explosions and chaos. In classical physics, stuff makes sense. If I throw a ball, you know where it's going to land. But in quantum physics, the ball might disappear halfway through the air, teleport behind you, and hit you in the back of the head, just because it can. Particles. The universe's divas. Okay, so let's talk about particles, electrons, protons, neutrons. These guys are the Kardashians of the universe. Why? Because they're completely unpredictable and always want attention. Sometimes they behave like particles, sometimes like waves. It's like dealing with that one friend who can't decide where they want to eat. 1 minute, they're all like, I'm a solid thing. The next minute, wait, I'm a wave. No pictures, please. And then we have photons, the light particles. You know how Superman flies faster than a speeding bullet? Yeah, photons are basically Superman, zipping around at the speed of light, not giving a single hoot about the laws of physics as we know them. The double-slit experiment. Science's magic trick. Let's talk about the most famous science trick ever. The double-slit experiment. It's kind of like Penn and Teller's magic show, except it's been messing with scientists' minds for over 200 years. Here's what happens. You take some particles, like electrons, and shoot them at a barrier with 2 slits. If you don't watch them, like seriously, if no one is looking, they go through both slits at the same time. It's like they're pulling a Doctor Strange and opening portals. They create this wave pattern on the other side, like ripples in a pond. But, and this is the part where things get weird, if you try to peek and watch which slit the particles go through, they suddenly behave like normal particles, going through only one slit. It's like they're saying, oh, you're watching now? Let's behave like good little particles. What? Why do they care if we're watching? It's like when you're sneaking a cookie and your mum walks in and suddenly you're like, oh no, I wasn't eating that. Particles are just as sneaky. Schrödinger's cat, the OG internet meme. Alright, let's talk about the most famous cat in science, Schrödinger's cat. This is where things get really strange. So, Austrian physicist Erwin Schrödinger came up with this thought experiment to show how bizarre quantum mechanics is. Here's the deal. Imagine a cat in a box. There's a poison that could either kill the cat or leave it alive, based on some random quantum event. Now, until you open the box and check, the cat is both alive and dead. Yeah, it's like Schrödinger just invented the first zombie apocalypse. The poor kitty is stuck in some weird limbo where it's thinking, am I dead? Am I alive? Is this what being in the Matrix feels like? It's like that time we all thought the MCU was over after Endgame. But then they just opened another box and boom! Multiverses everywhere. That cat is living in Marvel's What If episode, quantum superposition. Multitasking like a boss. Now let's talk about quantum superposition. This is where particles can be in multiple places at the same time. Imagine if you could be at work, at home, binge-watching Netflix, and at the gym all at once. Sounds like a dream, right? That's what particles are doing, 24/7. They're in a state of constant multitasking. It's like if The Rock could star in 5 action movies simultaneously. 1 minute he's fighting Vin Diesel, the next he's saving a skyscraper from collapsing, and all while filming Jumanji 4. Quantum particles would make Hollywood production schedules look like a joke. Quantum entanglement. Spooky action at a distance. Next up, quantum entanglement. This is where things get really spooky. So take 2 particles, entangle them together, kind of like tying 2 friends together with an invisible string. No matter how far apart they are, whether it's a few feet or across the universe, if you mess with one particle, the other one instantly reacts. It's like long-distance best friends who can just feel each other's emotions. Imagine if you could change your hairstyle and your bestie across the world suddenly grows the same haircut. That's quantum entanglement. Or, to put it in pop culture terms, it's like Harry and Voldemort. One gets stronger, the other feels it. Coincidence? I think not. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, the universe's privacy policy. Now, let's talk about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. It's kind of like the universe's privacy mode. According to this principle, you can never know a particle's exact position and speed at the same time. It's like trying to track a celebrity's relationship status. Impossible. One minute they're dating someone, the next minute they're single, and suddenly they're engaged. In the quantum world, if you know exactly where a particle is, its speed becomes super mysterious, like Batman sneaking around Gotham. But if you know its speed, its position becomes fuzzy, like trying to get a good selfie with Bigfoot. Quantum tunneling, ghost particles passing through walls. Alright, this one's wild. Quantum tunneling. Imagine if you could walk through walls. Sounds like a superhero power, right? Well, in the quantum world, particles actually do this. They can tunnel through barriers that should stop them. It's like they're saying, nah, physics doesn't apply to me. I do what I want. It's like if Chris Hemsworth could walk straight through a locked door just by flexing his muscles. And let's be real, we'd probably all let him do it. Quantum computers, the nerdy superheroes. Now, let's get to the part that's going to change the world. Quantum computers. These bad boys make your regular laptop look like a typewriter. A quantum computer can perform calculations at speeds that make regular computers cry. It's like upgrading from a bicycle to the Millennium Falcon. And you know how Iron Man's suit has that insane AI that does calculations in seconds? That's basically what quantum computers will do for humanity. Solve problems we can't even imagine yet, like creating new medicines, breaking codes, or figuring out how to finally beat Thanos for good. Conclusion. So there you have it, quantum physics in a nutshell. It's wild, it's weird, and it's the reason we have things like lasers, MRI machines, and eventually, maybe, teleportation. But most importantly, it's a reminder that the universe doesn't always play by the rules, and sometimes that's what makes life so fun. If you had a good time today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing science and hilariously bad jokes. And remember, reality is just as weird as we make it. See you in the next one, where we'll dive into more science madness.